This week on Where We Live, we visit a home restoration on the west side of Jackson.
I found this house back in September of 2011. I was riding up and down the street. I saw a for sale sign and I fell in love with it. I was so impressed with the architecture and I was so impressed with the Victorian look. I said to myself, I'm going to buy that house. And I couldn't wait to get inside because I knew that inside it was going to have all of this stained woodwork and hardwood floors. And much to my surprise, when I finally got in, I realized that my dream had come true. This may sound strange, but I just enjoy finding old homes that are unique in design, that were built in the 1920s or 1930s, that I can restore. I think we live in a day and age nowadays in which people don't really appreciate the architecture at that time. So therefore, I wanted to take something and bring it back to life and show people how we can take a mixture of the old and the new and make it livable for someone. The house was built in 1927. It was built for R.O. Bigsby. And I have the architectural drawings, and they started the drawings on December the 12th, 1924, and they moved in 3 years later. And the surprising fact about this house is that it only cost $7,000 to build it. And then in 1967, Dr. Robert Snyder purchased this home from a Gloria Weatherwax, and he had a mortgage on the house of $45,000. And then I came along and I purchased the house in 2011. As much as I possibly could, I wanted to retain the beauty and the glory of this house. I mean, as you walk through this house, you're going to see the original bathtub in the master bathroom. You're going to see the original fixtures in the downstairs bathroom. You're going to see the beautiful chandelier that's in the dining room. And the list goes on in terms of the original aspects of this house that I tried my best to keep intact. The location is ideal, and that's one thing that impressed me about the house. The curb appeal, the street address. Originally, when this house was built in 1927, it not only consisted of this lot, but it consisted of the house that is behind, as well as the house to the north of this lot as well. I've always wanted a maid, but I don't have one. But this home actually has its own maid quarters. It is approximately 1,200 square feet. She has her own bathroom. She has her own living room. She has her own bedroom. On top of that, she has her own balcony. So they obviously took care of the maid at that time. As you walk around the house, you're going to see original lead glass windows in the back of the house. You're going to see, as you're going up the stairway, some beautiful lead glass windows in the front of the house. And again, I think that adds, character to the house. It adds a uniqueness that no one sees nowadays. And the right person that comes along is going to buy this house, and they're going to appreciate it. This house currently has 5 bedrooms. It has 4.5 bathrooms. It has a dining room that's 20 by 20. It has a library that's 15 by 15. And it has a dining room that is 17 by 17. So it's ample room. Imagine a beautiful party in this house. I can't wait to show you the stove. The stove in and of itself is a beautiful antique. Unfortunately, I don't know the year. I'm going to say probably around the 1950s or 60s. The stove is 42 inches wide. And the only reason why I kept that stove is because I couldn't find one to replace it. So the electrician actually rebuilt the stove, and everything works on it as if it was brand new. As one goes through the architectural plans, you're going to see that in the basement they had a coal room, they had a laundry room, they actually had dividers set up in which they had a pantry and where they stored their fruit, all detailed specifically on the architectural drawings. When you first walk into this house, I think you will be in awe. Because as you walk into the foyer, you're going to see the beautiful woodwork. I was told by an appraiser that it's over $100,000 worth of woodwork just in the foyer, the living room, as well as the den as well. $100,000. And it's not just woodwork. It's woodwork that has carvings in it, characters in it, that I think one would find they would be very impressed. The roof itself was a month's job. Fighting, you know, the inclement weather that we had last year at the time, but put on an entire new roof, all new plumbing downstairs, new electrical throughout the entire house. Not to mention the house has 3 chimneys. So we had to get all the chimneys functioning and working as well. The house itself sits on 6/10 of an acre. It has a 3-car garage. It is a detached garage. According to the architectural drawings, it was like a carriage house. But we modernized that, cleaned it up, made it into a 3-car garage. There's a fireplace in the living room. There is a fireplace in the library or den, and there is a fireplace in the master bedroom as well. And one good thing about the master bedroom, you will see once you get in the master bedroom, women had shoes at that time, just as many shoes as women do nowadays. And you're gonna see something I think very unique, and I'll leave it at that for right now. But the minute I entered into this house, you didn't hear anything. You didn't hear the neighbors, you didn't hear the kids in the street. And that was surprising to me about Hi JTV, this is Steven Hogwood, and welcome to Where You Could Live. This is the foyer. There's several important features that I like to mention concerning this area. The first thing, I want you to notice the front door. And I don't know if they make doors this thick or not anymore, but you're looking at about 2.5 to 3 inches thick, leaded glass. And this is the original doorknob and handle that still functions and works today. In addition to that, I want you to notice the molding and the woodwork around this door, as well as around this case opening here. God only knows how long it took them to actually design this and make this, but this is a beautiful, detailed artwork that is rarely seen today. Original light fixtures, there's about 4 of them alone in the foyer here. But I think one of my favorite features is the secret passage. This is even highlighted on the architectural drawings. And as I press this right here, voila. Imagine all the children that could have fun here doing trick-or-treat. We're in the living room. I believe the dimensions are 40 feet wide by 30 feet long. And one of the features of this is this unique fireplace. Never in my life have I seen a fireplace this big. And believe it or not, it does work. To the left of me, you'll see a beautiful bay window. And someone can easily get, 1 or even 2 Christmas trees that could be, nicely decorated in this area. But one of the most unique features in this room, not to mention the beautiful cabinetry, is this button right here that I have my finger on. Because since we have maid's quarters, you can actually press this button and let the maid know where you are. They still have the original keyholes here, you know that? Throughout the entire house, as we were remodeling the home, we came across these skeleton keys, and these skeleton keys still fit into the doors and still open and close the door. This is the favorite room of mine in the entire house. I'm an advocate of reading, I'm an advocate of some quiet time, and I believe that this room actually gives me the desires that I'm looking for. I mean, if one was to take a look at the paneling in the room, I think it brings a nice warmth and a feel that I find desirable. Not to mention the fireplace that's here in the room as well. And I have a lot of books, and this provides me the opportunity to store the hundreds of books that I have. So, this is one of my favorite rooms in the entire house. You know, I've owned this home for over a year now, and one of the features that stand out the most is that this is a solid house. Numerous times as I was driving to the house, I would hear various sirens go off, but the minute I entered into this house, you didn't hear anything. You didn't hear the neighbors, you didn't hear the kids in the street, and that was surprising to me about the comfort that this home provides, as well as the security as well. This is the master bedroom. Obviously, it's not as big as some of the master bedrooms one may see today. It is approximately 15 by 15. But one of the unique things about this master bedroom is this closet. You know, normally nowadays we have a walk-in closet, but this is an actual closet that is built into the bedroom. As you open up the doors to this, closet, you can see that it's probably not as big as what you and I are used to today, but I thought it was interesting in terms of the construction and how well it was built. Plus they have a little interesting tie rack on here that I kept as well. But another unique feature that I think bears repeating is this built-in case here is actually for shoes. Normally in houses that one has nowadays, they actually have a shoe rack. But if you take a look into this, they actually have it designed so you can hold approximately 20 pairs of shoes. So it's interesting that the women of the days of the 1920s and 30s enjoyed shoes as well, as much as they do today. Thanks for visiting my home. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Have a good day.